Hi, and welcome back to my playthrough of Legacy, the Testament of Duke Crecy. I believe I was doing fine during the last episode, but I forgot that I more or less completed this mission here, this re-established mission in Thailand, when I played my second diplomat here, and this would be Anne, the head of a secret society. So I am now allowed to score 4 additional honor points. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are still 5 additional hints to go in order to actually win this game, and I have only 4 rounds left in this third and last generation in this playthrough here. I think 2 of them I should be able to complete, to be honest, and this is something about this title here and about this title here. It cost me hell a lot of money, as these titles now cost at least 4 gold in order to acquire them, and for Duke, for example, I would lose 3 friends, and for the Pair de France here I would lose an additional 2 friends, and the King Advisor it's even worth, so at least lose 3 friends, and this would cost me $7, and I think this is a no-go, at least for this playthrough here. Okay, let's get started. Let's move to the first step in the third generation, and this would allow us to acquire an additional special action stone. Okay, give them a good shuffle and lose one, and this would be the green action stone. And this green action stone would allow me to buy a mansion, which would cost me an additional 3 gold, and I would lose 1 friend, but I would gain 2 additional prestige points, which I don't really need in this playthrough here. So I think once more the special action stone is not really much use to me. Okay, once more I will use the who were they action, and I will uncover this gal over here, and this will be now Jakoba, the farmer's daughter. And I do that because of this hint card here, which tells me to have at least 3 craftsmen on the father side of my family. With Jakoba, this would now be the second one. But first of all, I gain 3 francs. Definitely something I will use very extensively, money in this generation, because, as I already mentioned, I have to acquire some titles. Additionally, I gain 1 friend from the offering here, and the good thing is that there are only 2 friends left in the offering, and no friend will stay alone, so I'm allowed to gain both of them, and this would also mean that I can reveal 5 new friends in the offering. So here we have Helena, the roses trader, then we have Victor, the finance minister's son, Mustafa, the spice exporter. Then we have Eliza, the poetress, and this is awesome because she's a female artist, and this is something we need. Oh, perfect. And last but not least, we have Jeanne, the builder's daughter, also a craftsman. This is really awesome. This was really a good draw here. Additionally, she would allow me to draw 2 friends from the draw pile for each other craftsman in your family. Right now, the only other craftsmen in the family are my parents and myself. But still, this would allow me to draw 6 cards from the draw pile, and I would be allowed to keep 1 of them. These are the 6 cards that I've drawn, and I already see another craftsman here, or at least I see 2 craftsmen, and I'm really tempted to go with David the shoemaker here. He doesn't bring me any money instantly, but he would give me 1 income, and there are still 3 more income rounds left, so I think this could more or less gain me something. The other alternative would be Martha here. She would give me a friend, which is also nice, and would gain me the Initiate Venture card, and this is also something that's quite nice because this gives me also some more income. Yeah, I think let's do that. So I will go with Martha, the baker's daughter. The rest of them will just be discarded, and these are now my current friends that I have available, and that's really not too bad. This is something that barely happens in a multiplayer game, I have to confess, but here you gain definitely some more possibilities to get the friends you would like and such, so this is definitely perfect. With my second stone, I think I will keep it simple and will again go for the who were they action here, and I will directly place lovely Martha here, the baker's daughter, on the side of my father. Let me discard her, and therefore I gain 2 additional gold. Definitely useful. I gain a friend, and I will definitely go for Eliza, the poetess, because I need a female artist in my family. So that's really awesome. And additionally, I'm allowed to grab myself the orange special action stone. And this is also quite nice. Additionally, I'm able to solve one of the hint cards, and this says there were at least 3 craftsmen on your father's side of the family. So here's 1, here's 2, and here is 3. Awesome. So 1 more hint card is solved. This gains me an additional prestige point. 1. And this also leads to my 5th hint card I already solved in this playthrough. I will directly use the special action stone that Martha, the baker's daughter, provided me. And this means I have to lose 2 friends. And I think I will go for these 2 friends here that I will discard. And I'll lose 1 honor. So I'm back down at 19 here. Then I can grab one of these venture cards here. This venture just brings me 1 additional income. And definitely something I might be able to use. And I will just give this venture to this couple here. So Anne and Carlos, they're running this little barn or bakery or whatever that is. So I'm now allowed to increase my income to 4. I could still use my green special action stone, but really money is something I might need, and there is no real hint card in play that says to have at least a mention in my family or so. So I think I will directly jump into the income phase of round number 6. So this gains me an additional $4. These 4 nice francs here, and then we can jump into round number 7. My very first action will be to acquire a title. And for the first title, I think I will go for the cheapest one, and this would be the Pair de France. This would cost me 4 francs, and I have to lose 2 friends here. And this would allow me to acquire this title here. And I think I will give this title to Isabella, the Castilian princess. So this title now gives me 3 additional prestige points, and I'm allowed to draw 2 friends from the draw pile. 1, 2, and 3. And these are the 2 friends I've just drawn. This would be Rowena, the heiress of bankrupted family, another German girl, and Eustace, yeah, the magnet's son. Okay, not so sure if I will use them. I'm really tempted to use Eliza as my female artist in this family, because she just brings me some more money, which I definitely need for the last title, I guess. And this title, Pair de France, also allowed me to solve one of my hint cards here, and this is this one. One of your grandmothers was the daughter of an aristocrat who had a title. So here's one of my grandmothers, here's her mother, she's an aristocrat, and she now has this title here. So I gain an additional prestige point, and this also reduces the amount of open hint cards down to 3. Once more, I will use the who, where, they action. And I think I will get to know who the husband of lovely Isabella was. And this would be Alexander, the promising scientist. In order to marry him to Isabella, I have to pay now 2 gold. So these go back to the reserve. I gain 1 additional prestige point, and the special text of Alexander would allow me I gain 1 income and 1 honor if you have at least 2 other Russians in my family. I don't have another Russian in my family, so this special card text does not apply here. But still, right now I have 1 Russian and 1 aristocrat on the father's side of my family, so this means I can solve this hint card here as well. There were at least 1 Russian and 1 aristocrat, so an additional prestige point. Again, I will not use my green special action stone and will jump into the income phase of round number 7, and this income phase gives me an additional 4 francs. This time I have to go for a 5 franc coin here and give 1 single coin back to the reserve, and then we jump into round number 8. Even though it might get boring, again I have to use the who, where, they action, because I'm really doing not too bad, so I don't need any additional cash or additional friends here. It really turns out pretty well so far. With this card, I think I will replace one of the sisters of my grandfather. And this would be Carlos here, my grandfather. And this is now Eliza the poetess, and as you can see, she is a female artist. And this would gain me 3 francs and 1 friend. So here are again 3 francs, and I will pick Jean as an additional friend. Her special text says, gain the green special action stone if you have another British in your family. I do have another British in my family, and this would be Anne, as you might remember. So I could now gain the green special action stone, but to be honest, I won't use it anyway. But as I just discovered that the sister of one of your grandfathers was an artist, I solved this hint card here as well. So I'm already at 17 prestige points. And with my last official action stone, of course I still have the green one, I will acquire an additional title, and this time I will go for the Duke here. So I have to pay 4 gold, I have to lose 3 friends, and I will give this title to a craftsman in my family. So Jacoba will be the Duke now, and this Duke title gives me 1 friend from the draw pile and 4 additional prestige points. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4. And this is the friend I just drawn, and this is my first Italian friend. This is Antonina, the landowner's daughter. Oh, she's nice. She would bring me 3 additional friends. Awesome. But this also means that I just solved my last hint card that I've drawn. And this says there was a craftsman in your family who had a title, and Jacoba just got her title. So the last hint is solved, and this also brings me to 22 prestige points. This is absolutely awesome. Never ever had such a result in any multiplayer game. Basically, I already won this playthrough because I fulfilled all of the hint cards. Still, I could gain some points, and I think let's move on. So one last time we will go into a income phase. Again, I would draw myself 4 francs. Then we would move into round number 9. And in this round, I really want to give something back to the community. So I will use the contribute to community action. So I will pay 5, 9, 10, 12 francs. I will lose 1, 2, 3 income because there is no more income phase in this game, and this would allow me to build this park of leisure here, and I will apply these to this unknown couple here. I don't know their names, but I read somewhere in some old papers that there were some family members who built this park of leisure. Maybe in my next playthrough I will find out who they were, but I would directly score 9 honor points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. I also just found out that I also fulfilled this mission here, which says have at least 2 scientists in your family, pay 1 gold to the bank, which I will do here. These are my 2 scientists, so Alexander and Sandra, and this would bring me 1, 2, 3 additional honor points, and I would now be allowed to draw 10 friends from my hand. I would keep all of the scientists, but I think I won't do that at this point in time. I just reconsidered and decided to draw these 10 friends and keep all of the scientists. So let's see, not a scientist, not a scientist. Here we have a scientist. Put that on this side here. No, 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 yes, no, and no. Because there's still a possibility to gain or lose some honor points by the end of the game, I just found out. So let us take Rose, the professor's daughter, and Gertrude, heiress of the Great Library. I was really hoping for a Spanish or a Russian friend, but I was not lucky, so basically this didn't bring me anything. And with my very, very, very last action, I will go again for the who were they action, and I will uncover the identity of the sister of Angelique, and this would be Rose, the professor's daughter. Once more, I gained 2 additional bucks, so let us just put that here. I would gain 1 friend. I will just go for Helena the Roses Trader, and then it says +2 honor for each other British family member. And right now I see only these 2 additional British friends, so I gain 4 additional honor points. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And as I still have enough money, I think I will play my special action stone now, so I will buy myself a nice little mansion. Again, I have to lose a friend. I think I will go for her. I have to pay 3 francs in order to build this nice little mansion here. I will take it and will give this mansion to the Pair de France. She's a nobleman, so I think this is well deserved. Again, I would score 2 additional prestige points, but I think I'm already maxed out and there is a hard limit as far as I can remember, so nothing really additionally happens. Then I would score my prestige points. I currently have 22 prestige points. I'm at 35 honor, so I would land on 7 plus 20 here. On 57 prestige points, honor points. The rest of these steps doesn't happen in the solo variant, so again I don't gain any honor points for family members and I don't gain any additional cards for the mission cards here because I don't have any, I think it's donor or something like that, though there's also a special way to gain points with secret objectives when you start this game in a multiplayer game, but this doesn't happen at this point in time. Okay, so I gain 1 honor point for each non-French descendant whose nationality matches either of its parents' nationality. Let's have a look at that. So here we have Carlos. He's Spanish. And he has these 2 parents and one of his parents is Spanish, so I would gain 1 honor point for Carlos. Here we have Anne, but we don't know the nationality of her parents, so I don't lose or gain any points here. So Carlos gives me 1 additional honor point. So I'm up to 58 now. I think I just figured out that I forgot to reveal the parents of Alexander, but they are both unknown, so this doesn't really matter at this point in time. But we have to check for Isabella. These are the parents of Isabella. 1 is unknown, 1 is French, so I would say in this case I would lose 1 honor point because none of her parents matches her, and as I know one of her parents, I definitely now lose 1 honor point. So I'm back at 57. And then I would gain or lose honor points for aristocrat conditions, and I just checked that there is none of these conditions, so there's only Laurent, my father, but his family is not aristocrat, and the same goes for Angelique, my mother basically, and there's also no real aristocrat. The only aristocrat in my family is Isabella here, and I just figured out, yeah, one of her parents is a craftsman, so I definitely gain 1 honor point for her. The other way down I would lose 1, but because she's a descendant of a craftsman and made it to be a aristocrat, this means I would gain an additional honor point here. So again, I'm up to 58 points. Last but not least, I would lose 1 honor point for each hint card unsolved, but I solved all 9 of them. And this leaves me with 58 awesome points in my very first The Testament solo variant of Legacy, The Testament of Duke de Crecy. And this ends my playthrough of Legacy. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it a lot. So this solo variant brings a lot of fun to me. I still would prefer the multiplayer version over the solo variant, but still it's definitely fun enough to play this once in a while and enjoy this game as it is, because there are some additional mechanics like these hint cards, for example, and as there are several additional hint cards in each of these stacks, I think there is some variety to it to enjoy it more than just once. I really hope to see you soon in one of my next videos, playthroughs or reviews. I'm not quite sure what I will be doing next, but stay tuned and hope to see you soon. Until then, bye bye.